the importance of safe egg preparation. Welcome to the program, Secrets to Safe and Nutritious Egg Preparation, where we explore how to turn the superfood egg into an essential part of a healthy diet. In today's modern life, when health is a top priority, choosing the right methods for cooking and storing food is not just a culinary issue, but also a key to protecting your family's well-being. Eggs, as a rich source of protein, vitamins, and essential nutrients, are often hailed as the king of breakfast. However, not everyone realizes that improper cooking and storage can turn eggs into a hidden health risk, potentially causing digestive problems and even chronic diseases. From overcooking and eating raw eggs to improper storage, every small mistake can significantly affect both nutritional value and food safety. In this video series, we will walk you through the common mistakes in egg preparation, from unintentional kitchen habits to minor errors that may lead to serious health risks. You will hear real-life stories, vivid examples from everyday experiences, and useful tips from nutrition experts, all designed to help you recognize these pitfalls and adjust your cooking habits for safety and effectiveness. Additionally, we will share personal insights on how to apply this knowledge in your daily life, ensuring that every meal is not only delicious but also packed with nutrition. Join us as we explore and improve the small details in your egg preparation process, because even the tiniest adjustments can protect your health and that of your loved ones. If you care about building a healthy and sustainable lifestyle, stay with us until the end of the video. Hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any valuable tips. Let's start by turning every meal into a delightful experience, beginning with a simple egg. Mistake number 1, overcooking eggs. Have you ever cracked an egg into your pan, cooked it up, and thought you were doing your body a favor, only to realize later that you might have been making a mistake that turns this superfood into a hidden health risk? Eggs are celebrated as one of nature's best sources of protein, vitamins, and nutrients. However, the truth is that how you handle, store, and cook them can make all the difference between boosting your health and harming it. In this video, we will explore 5 common mistakes that can sabotage your eggs and your well-being, mistakes you might not even be aware of, yet have long-term impacts on your health, especially for the elderly. Stay tuned until the end, as we not only point out what's going wrong, but also share simple, game-changing tips to keep eggs safe and nutritious. Before we begin, if you find this information useful, please hit like to support us, share the video, and subscribe to our channel with notifications turned on. Don't forget to comment 1 if you like it or 0 if you don't, so we can improve future content. Let's start with mistake number 1, overcooking eggs. Overcooking eggs is one of the most common kitchen errors, often done unknowingly. Eggs are a nutritional powerhouse, loaded with high-quality protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins such as choline, selenium, and vitamin D. However, exposing eggs to excessive heat for too long can change their molecular structure through oxidation. This process not only diminishes their inherent nutritional value, but may also produce compounds harmful to your health. When eggs are overcooked, whether fried until crispy, boiled until the yolk turns a dull gray-green, or scrambled over a blazing flame, they undergo oxidation. This causes the natural fats and cholesterol in eggs to transform into less desirable compounds. For example, oxidized cholesterol has been linked to increased inflammation in the body, a known precursor to chronic conditions such as heart disease and atherosclerosis. You might notice the pungent sulfur smell when you crack open an overcooked hard-boiled egg. This odor results from a reaction between sulfur in the egg white and iron in the yolk, signaling that the egg's nutritional integrity has been compromised. Remember, overcooking doesn't immediately render an egg toxic or cause you to collapse. However, if this habit is repeated day after day, the negative effects can accumulate over time, particularly in older adults. Consider the story of Robert, a 76-year-old retiree who loved his eggs. For decades, he began his mornings with a plate of fried eggs cooked until the whites were crisp and golden at the edges, his idea of the perfect breakfast. Yet, as he aged, he started experiencing digestive issues, bloating after meals, and occasional heartburn. One day, a nutrition-savvy friend pointed out research on oxidized cholesterol and the pitfalls of overcooking eggs. Intrigued, Robert decided to change his cooking method, switching from high-heat frying to softly scrambling his eggs on medium-low heat with a bit of butter. Within a few weeks, he noticed a striking difference: less bloating, fewer heartburn episodes, and a noticeable boost in his morning energy. This small tweak had outsized rewards. Not only does proper cooking reduce harmful compounds, but it also preserves valuable nutrients like vitamin B1-2, vital for nerve function and energy production, folate, essential for DNA repair and cell growth, and antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin, which help protect against age-related vision decline and support cognitive health. In my view, paying attention to the cooking process not only retains the egg's natural taste and texture but also makes for a more enjoyable and nutritious meal experience. Thus, to fully enjoy the benefits of eggs, the king of breakfast, we should avoid overcooking them. A simple tip is to cook eggs at moderate temperatures, leaving the yolk slightly soft and avoiding prolonged exposure to high heat. This isn't just a matter of taste, it's a critical step for maintaining the egg's nutritional integrity. From my personal perspective, adjusting how you cook your eggs might feel challenging, especially if you're used to a certain texture and flavor. But when you start seeing the health benefits from gentle cooking, you realize that eating right is about balance, preserving both flavor and nutrition for a long-term healthy lifestyle. In summary, overcooking eggs not only affects their taste, but also diminishes their vital nutrients. Through Robert's story and scientific insights, we see that a small change in cooking methods can make a significant positive impact on health. Remember, sometimes the smallest adjustments yield the biggest benefits. Mistake number 2. Consuming raw or undercooked eggs. One common habit is consuming raw or undercooked eggs, based on the belief that this method preserves all the natural nutrients within the egg. Eggs are undoubtedly nutrient-rich, loaded with high-quality protein, vitamin B1, vitamin D, and vital minerals. However, eating eggs that aren't fully cooked carry significant health risks, especially for older adults. Raw egg enthusiasts often argue that by not cooking eggs, they retain all the natural nutrients packaged inside. Yet, they often overlook the risk of bacterial contamination, particularly Salmonella, a notorious pathogen that can reside on the eggshell or inside the egg if proper rearing and storage practices aren't followed. While the statistical likelihood of contamination might be low, for individuals with weaker immune systems, even a minor infection can have severe consequences. Imagine the story of Margaret, a 68-year-old woman who firmly believed that drinking a raw egg smoothie every morning would provide her with abundant energy. She blended raw eggs with fruits and juice, convinced this was the secret to maintaining her vitality. However, shortly afterward, she began experiencing fatigue, stomach pains, and persistent nausea. Eventually, a doctor diagnosed her with Salmonella poisoning. After a prolonged recovery, Margaret realized that her belief in raw eggs had compromised her health. To mitigate such risks, nutrition experts recommend cooking eggs until both the whites and yolks are fully set. This method not only eliminates harmful bacteria, but also preserves most of the nutrients. Safe cooking methods include hard boiling, frying with care, or quick sautéing on moderate heat. If you still crave the slightly soft texture of a runny yolk, consider using pasteurized eggs, which are heat-treated to kill bacteria while retaining a softer consistency. In my personal view, shifting from raw to fully cooked eggs is a small change that can lead to enormous health benefits. I recall a friend who once believed raw is best, but, after several bouts of food poisoning, switched to lightly steamed or boiled eggs. He soon experienced improved digestion and overall well-being, a living testament to how minor adjustments in cooking can lead to significant health improvements. It's also important to note that while raw eggs can offer certain nutrients, raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which binds to vitamin B, especially biotin, and inhibits its absorption. Cooking deactivates avidin, making it easier for your body to absorb biotin, an essential nutrient, particularly for older adults, who need it for metabolic health and cell function. Furthermore, consuming raw eggs not only risks bacterial contamination, but can also trigger allergic reactions or digestive discomfort in some people. Health professionals advise that if you have a sensitivity to eggs or a history of allergies, it's best to avoid raw eggs altogether. Research shows that thoroughly cooked eggs may actually enhance digestion, allowing the body to better absorb their valuable nutrients. With these considerations in mind, I recommend carefully weighing the risks before consuming raw eggs. Prioritize safety and nutritional quality. One smart approach is to learn about the egg's origin, opt for products that are certified for food safety, and have undergone pasteurization if you simply cannot forego raw eggs. Remember, a delicious meal isn't just about preserving every nutrient, it's about ensuring that what you eat is safe. An interesting cultural note, in many countries, eating raw or lightly cooked eggs is a long-standing tradition, cherished for maintaining the egg's natural flavor and nutrients. However, in our modern context, with today's production and transportation challenges, it becomes essential to modify these traditions for safety without losing their cultural essence. From my perspective, changing one's dietary habits sometimes requires flexibility and a willingness to learn. The advice to cook eggs thoroughly isn't merely theoretical. It comes from practical experiences. I have seen firsthand how people who switch from raw to properly cooked eggs experience improved digestion, reduced stomach discomfort, and overall better health. This change doesn't mean abandoning tradition entirely. It simply means adapting it to better protect your health. In conclusion, while raw or undercooked eggs might offer some nutritional benefits, the risk of bacterial contamination, especially Salmonella, is too high to ignore. Cooking eggs thoroughly ensures safety, optimizes nutrient absorption, and protects you from foodborne illnesses. This small adjustment in how you prepare eggs can lead to long-term health benefits, particularly for older adults. Through Margaret's story and expert insights, we see that food safety should always come first. Even if a dish is traditional or familiar, ensuring that your eggs are fully cooked will allow you to enjoy their flavor without compromising your health. Mistake number 3. Improper storage of cooked eggs. Many people tend to overlook the importance of proper storage after cooking eggs. Once you've enjoyed a delicious meal, whether boiled, fried, or scrambled, you might assume the eggs are safe as soon as they're prepared. However, if not stored carefully, cooked eggs can become a breeding ground for bacteria, turning a nutritious meal into a hidden health hazard, especially for the elderly. Nutrition experts have pointed out that when cooked eggs are left at room temperature or stored improperly, bacteria like Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli can proliferate rapidly. In a warm, moist environment, these pathogens can double in number every 20 minutes. A small mistake, such as leaving a plate of eggs on the counter for a few hours, can allow bacteria to multiply to dangerous levels, particularly risky for those with weakened immune systems. Consider the story of George, a 72-year-old retiree who loved prepping his breakfast from cooked eggs to save time during the week. Every Sunday, George would cook a large batch of scrambled eggs and store them in a loosely covered bowl in his refrigerator. Each morning, he'd simply scoop out a portion, reheat it, and enjoy his meal. However, after several weeks, George began to experience bloating, stomach discomfort, and unexplained pain. Eventually, he realized that his method of storing the eggs, a loosely covered bowl and keeping a large batch together, had provided the perfect environment for bacterial growth, leading to digestive issues. When cooked eggs are left too long at unsafe temperatures, their surfaces become quickly colonized by bacteria from the surrounding environment. Research indicates that if eggs are not refrigerated within 2 hours, or within 1 hour during hot weather, the risk of bacterial contamination rises sharply. This not only affects the taste and texture of the eggs, but can also pose serious health risks. A key recommendation is to let the eggs cool quickly after cooking and then transfer them to the refrigerator within 1-2 hours. Hard-boiled eggs, when stored in an airtight container, can remain fresh and safe for up to a week. On the other hand, dishes like scrambled or fried eggs should ideally be consumed within 3-4 days to maintain quality. If you habitually cook in batches, consider dividing the eggs into smaller portions and storing them in separate airtight containers to minimize cross-contamination. Another common mistake is storing cooked eggs near other foods such as raw meat or unwashed vegetables. The cross-contamination risk increases when pathogens transfer from these items to the eggs, even if they've been cooked. For example, if you place a bowl of scrambled eggs on a shelf above raw chicken that is leaking, even a small drip can introduce Salmonella into the eggs. Therefore, organizing your refrigerator by dedicating separate areas for cooked foods and raw items is crucial. Some recommend keeping cooked eggs on a separate shelf, or at least away from raw products. Regarding reheating cooked eggs, many people opt for the microwave for convenience. However, this method can also be risky if not done properly, as microwaves may heat eggs unevenly. Some parts may become overcooked while others remain underheated, failing to reach the temperature necessary to eliminate bacteria. A safer method is to gently reheat eggs in a pan over low heat, adding a splash of water, broth, or even a dab of butter to keep them moist and prevent them from becoming rubbery. This approach not only ensures safety, but also preserves flavor and texture. In my view, the way you store your cooked eggs is not just about food safety, it's also a reflection of the respect you have for the quality ingredients you're using. When you prepare a nutritious meal with eggs, which are considered a superfood, taking care to store them properly is essential. I've seen many busy people assume that batch cooking is sufficient, but the method of storage is the key to ensuring subsequent meals remain both delicious and safe. A piece of advice I'd like to share: always take a few extra minutes after your meal to clean and organize your refrigerator. This not only helps preserve eggs, but also keeps all your food in optimal condition. A well-organized fridge minimizes cross-contamination risks and allows you to better track the storage time of your perishable items, especially useful for those committed to a healthy diet. Additionally, selecting proper storage containers plays a significant role in maintaining food quality. Airtight containers made from safe, easy-to-clean materials are invaluable for storing cooked eggs effectively. If possible, try to designate separate compartments in your refrigerator for cooked versus raw foods. This simple organizational strategy can greatly reduce the risk of contamination. From my perspective, even small changes in storage practices not only benefit your health by reducing food waste, but also contribute to a safer, more efficient kitchen environment. When you know how to store your food properly, you ensure that every meal remains as nutritious as when it was first prepared, a vital step toward a healthy and sustainable lifestyle. In conclusion, improper storage of cooked eggs can pose significant health risks, especially for individuals with compromised immune systems. Cooling the eggs quickly, storing them properly, and organizing your refrigerator are critical steps in reducing bacterial growth. This way, you can enjoy your eggs while ensuring that every meal is both safe and nutritious. I hope that through this segment, you now understand the importance of proper food storage, particularly for cooked eggs. Sometimes, the smallest details can make a huge difference in your overall health. Mistakes number 4 and number 5. Using spoiled eggs and unhealthy cooking oils. Not only do proper cooking and storage matter, but using eggs that aren't up to standard, such as cracked, spoiled, or expired eggs, can also be a dangerous trap for your health. This is mistake number 4, a common error that can lead to food poisoning or serious bacterial infections, especially for the elderly. Sometimes, eggs may look perfect on the outside with smooth, intact shells, yet hidden damage or spoilage may have occurred due to improper storage. Using such eggs not only diminishes their nutritional value, but can also serve as a breeding ground for bacteria like Salmonella. Therefore, a simple yet effective method everyone should adopt is the water test, placing the egg in a bowl of cold water. If it sinks and lies flat, it's fresh. If it stands upright or floats, it's a sign that the egg is spoiled and should be discarded. Let's hear the story of Evelyn, a 74-year-old woman who was always cautious about choosing her eggs. She once confidently bought eggs from a store without checking them thoroughly until one morning, when the unusual odor and off-taste of her fried egg alerted her that the egg was no longer fresh. Evelyn soon experienced food poisoning symptoms, which led to a hospital visit. Since then, she has consistently used the water test before cracking any egg, a simple step that has proven highly effective in protecting her health. Additionally, selecting eggs from reputable sources with clear production and expiration dates is essential. Whether it's farm fresh or organic eggs, ensuring that the production and storage processes meet safety standards minimizes the risk of bacterial contamination. Investing in quality food products from the very start not only protects your health but also safeguards you from unnecessary risks. Now, let's move on to mistake number 5, using unhealthy cooking oils when preparing eggs. Eggs, as a nutrient-packed superfood, can lose much of their nutritional value when combined with low-quality oils. Many processed vegetable oils, such as those derived from soybean, corn, or canola, are produced through industrial processes involving harsh chemicals and high heat. When these oils are heated to high temperatures for frying eggs, they break down and form free radicals and other harmful compounds that can contribute to inflammation and chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. If you've ever fried eggs in cheap, generic oil, you might have noticed an unusual taste or a slight, burnt flavor. The chemicals in these oils, when degraded, reduce the nutritional value of your eggs and may harm your body over time. Take Frank, for instance, a 78-year-old man who had been using industrial vegetable oil for his daily breakfast eggs for decades. Over time, he began to feel persistently fatigued, experienced acid reflux, and even noticed signs of cardiovascular issues. After receiving advice, Frank switched to using butter, extra virgin olive oil, or coconut oil, options that are more stable under heat and rich in antioxidants. This switch not only improved the taste of his eggs, but also made him feel healthier and more energetic. In my opinion, every small decision in the kitchen, from storage to cooking oil, directly impacts the quality of your meals. It's easy to assume that oil is oil, but the quality of the cooking oil you use significantly influences long-term health, especially when consumed frequently. Another important factor is the cooking temperature. Processed vegetable oils generally have a low smoke point, meaning that if overheated, they easily break down and release toxic compounds. Therefore, it's crucial to control the cooking temperature when frying or sautéing eggs. I recommend using moderate heat to protect both your eggs and reduce the formation of harmful substances. A personal tip is to prioritize healthy oils such as extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, or butter. These oils not only have higher smoke points, but also provide beneficial nutrients like monounsaturated fats and antioxidants. Combining eggs with these oils allows you to optimize nutritional value, while preserving the egg's natural flavor, a significant benefit for anyone seeking a healthy yet tasty diet. Overall, choosing the right cooking oil not only protects your health, but also contributes to a more delicious and nutritious meal. Remember, a hot pan with quality oil helps the egg retain its natural flavor and vital nutrients. This is especially important today, as consumers become increasingly aware of food origins and quality. From my point of view, both mistake number 4, using substandard eggs, and mistake number 5, using unhealthy cooking oils, emphasize the importance of carefully selecting and controlling every factor right from the source. Every step, from purchasing to checking, storing, and cooking, plays a role in protecting your health and maximizing the nutritional value of your meals. Adjusting these small habits does not require an overhaul of your culinary style. It just means paying attention to the details. To sum up, remember these key points. For eggs, always check carefully before use. Make sure they show no signs of spoilage or damage. For cooking oils, choose high-quality oils with high smoke points and rich in antioxidants, and control the cooking temperature properly. These guidelines not only help retain the egg's natural flavors, but also ensure that every meal is a safe, nutritious choice for your health. Finally, after reviewing the 5 common mistakes in egg preparation, I hope you've gained valuable insights to improve your cooking habits. Please share one thing you learned from this video in the comments, whether it's about proper storage, choosing the right oil, or any other safe cooking tips. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to support more content dedicated to health and a healthy lifestyle. Your engagement is the fuel that keeps us delivering valuable information.